and welcome to Spit Take. I am here with my co host, Adam
Hello.
and Steph.
What's up, nerds?
First, I want to go over latest episodes on two shows that we've been focusing on: Alien Earth and Peacemaker. What do you want to touch on first, Adam?
Oh, geez. I want to touch on Alien Earth because me and you have been going back and forth about that eyeball monster, the
Yeah.
squid. And I propose that squid is. I think so. I've read different theories about it being like the hero of the story. Like that's people's theory. I also think that there's some kind of long-term blood feud going on between the squid monster and the xenomorphs. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. There's only one episode left, and I feel like they're going to leave it at a cliffhanger. There's no way they can compact as much as they need to in that last episode. So I
What
think
if
that,
the eye becomes that kid and then over time it evolves to figure out how to blend in better?
yeah, I was curious because it did attack a synth, right? Or the hybrid. It did attack a hybrid when they first came to it in the ship. So that leads me to think that it at least believes it can take over the hybrid body, the synth body. So I feel like it might take someone over, and you're basically going to have a superpowered thing running around because it is taking possession of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Make it the main bad guy that was there all along,
Hmm.
kind of retconning everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Into the first Alien, he wasn't seen, but he existed.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
He had he had what kind of things could he have done that would have affected the first Alien going
right.
on, the whole mission and everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And that's why I said they're not going to finish it in this episode. They're not going to complete the story. They're going to leave it open for the next season of it. Because they did say they were planning on doing like 4 or 5 seasons, and they said if they do like 4 seasons, they're gonna eventually get it tied into what happened with Ripley. So I'm very interested to see what
Well,
what.
that's why I hope that I kind of learns how to take over a human and talk.
Yes, because it will be able to tell the story. It's going to give some exposition, which would be good. I want to know what Timothy Oliphant's character is doing. I want to know what he's up to because he has basically ignored them trying to get the xenomorph off the island, but then he's like still there with security, like, hey, we're taking this now. He's up, he's playing both sides. Something's going on with him, so I want to know what his story is. And he's done such a bang up job with that part too. Playing the synth, and he's just like or cyborg, whatever he is. He's done a
Well,
fucking great job.
Wendy is part of an experiment
Yeah.
that involved the xenomorphs.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if he was too?
Yeah, so I do want to know that. I want to know why Wendy can communicate with them after just like getting in a fight with one. Like why all of a sudden she's somehow connected to it. There's something
Because
going
she
on.
was in because her experimentation as Marcy, she was being experimented on with xenomorphs.
Yeah. So
So
I'm
she's able to communicate with them, and she's starting to realize that she has a bond with them
yeah.
because they are a part of each other.
She is being very sympathetic with them, even to the point where she was kind of controlling the one, or at least telling it what to do.
Now,
And
why might Timothy Elephant allow that to happen? You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I think he's very much like okay. So just based on some of the conversations that he's had, is that he's the Terminator. Doesn't believe the world needs humans anymore. I think he wants it to be like a synth hybrid cyborg world.
And he's very protective of Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of lets her push his boundaries and go over the limits. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah. very much
There
like an
is
Ash
a strong
thing.
bond with. She is the favorite.
Yeah, there's very much an Ash thing from the first Alien movie. The synth that was like on board trying to sabotage her, not
So,
sabotage, but trying to make sure the alien got home.
so I'm thinking Timothy Oliphant. The xenomorphs have to have something to do with maybe a different company or something like that. Maybe
Yeah, like Weyland
because I
Yutani
think
is
it
not the
is
only
has
ones.
been hinted at that they were science experiments as well in the
Yeah,
past.
yeah, I could see it. It could be possible that Weyland Yutani is not the only ones going after the xenomorph. We don't know anything about these other companies. All we know about is Weyland Yutani and Prodigy. That's all we know right now. Like, who's pulling Timothy Oliphant's
But that
strings?
Asian chick kind of bows down, but at the same time, is she playing, the House of Cards? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, she's the head of Weyland Yutani.
Right, but is she pulling strings?
Uh,
She
it's
seems like a
possible.
she seems like a one that would be a good curveball.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they've said outright basically that they're going to ignore Alien Covenant and what's the other one, Prometheus. They're ignoring those storylines. They're
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Well, we're going to pretend this doesn't exist." It would be interesting if it did follow it though, because then you have like Peter Wayland is, he was experimenting with cloning and all that, and he's come back in a few different forms. Utani has just always been around as an Asian woman for some reason, um, always looking the same basically. But I really want to see where this story is going because I think they're doing a really good job of storytelling with it.
Yeah.
They need a couple more seasons because I don't know how much they're going to pack. I feel like this last episode is just going to be, and it came out today, so I'll probably watch it at some point in the next couple of days. But I think that this last episode is just going to set up stuff for future seasons, which frustrates me, but I feel like that's going to be a lot of it. I don't feel like we're going to get a lot of the answers we're looking for.
I think this has been a well thought out series. It has felt like a part of an alien universe,
Mm-hmm.
down to trying to make the ships look like the original alien ship.
Yeah.
Uh, like literally making it retro, but also kind of modernizing it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of thoughts that was put into this, and I'm glad it's getting the love that it's getting as well, because how often have we been brought these uh, these limited time series or these series related to games and other movies and stuff like that, and it's just been a total flop. You
Right.
know,
And they
like
did. They
this and the
expand.
Godzilla one have been pretty good.
Yeah, and they
Monarch.
expanded the lore. Yeah, Monarch was great. They expanded the lore a little bit with this too, where they kind of explained a little bit more about the science vessels and like what they're doing out there, how the whole like system works. Like, hey, you're basically signing your life away, knowing that you're not really going to see your family again, to go do this mission and like make money, and that money is like taking care of your family, even though you're going off into space for 70 years, and when you get back, they'll probably be dead. Like
Yeah,
expanding on that was very, I want to say helpful. I feel like helpful is the word to understand what that society is like.
yeah.
So I do like it, and the expanding on the lore and like saying, hey, there's these 5 companies, but that's just 5 companies on Earth, and obviously they've colonized other planets, so there could be other companies out there. There could be a whole mess of things going on. Like I don't believe it's just 5 companies running the galaxy.
And while we're on the subject of space shows, did you see the trailer for the Grogu and Mandalorian
I did,
movie?
yeah,
It looks so good. Like, is Star Wars back? Are we back?
yeah.
Because
I hope not.
oh man, Like we just need to like say, just kidding, to take a lot of the last 10 years and say, hey, we're starting right here, right now, with fan favorites.
Yeah. I was very thrilled by the trailer. Very thrilled by it. I thought they showed a
Have
lot
you
of
not
really
watched the
cool.
Mandalorian stuff?
No, I don't like Star Wars.
Oh, but the Mandalorian is so much better than
It's
just
it's
Star
very
Wars.
good. The Mandalorian is basically a space western. That's what it
I
is. It's a
think you'd
space
like the
western.
Mandalorian. Do you? I think that would be something she would like.
That would probably be a Star Wars that she would like.
Nope.
I like. First of all, Grogu. You got to give it a chance just for Grogu alone. He's adorable. Baby Yoda.
I have zero interest in Star Wars. I always have had zero interest in Star Wars. That is not my
Yeah,
bag.
I know. I'm not asking you to
But
like
this is
feign
different.
interest. I'm just saying if you watched it, I think you'd like it. I think if
Um,
you just sat and just paid attention to it, you'd get into it. You know,
So
it's kind of
there's
like when you what's that? When, Harold and Kumar and they're listening to Wilson Phillips, and like
yeah
at first they're just like not into it, but then like they cut to the end and they're all into it, singing it really passionately, and then then what's his name shows up, Neil Patrick Harris shows up,
yeah.
you
It's
know.
you you would like the Mandalorian because it is a fun show. Like if there's ones you gotta watch, you can watch episode 4, 5, and 6, which are a little bit older, and you probably wouldn't be that into it. But the Mandalorian you would like. Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars title that's come out
Rogue One's pretty good,
since Episode 6.
and it had the is that the one with the social justice bot? No, that was
No, that was
that was
Solo. That was
Solo,
Solo.
yeah.
No,
Which
Rogue One.
I actually like that, so I don't even.
I didn't think it was that bad, but
It got a lot of hate, but I actually liked it.
but no, Rogue One had the K2SO voiced by Alan Tudyk, and that was the start of Andor, and everything. But anyways, that one was great. When he was the K2SO, when he like smacks him in the face, and he's like, "And don't say another word, or I'll give you another one." Like, it was so good. I really liked Rogue One, and I wish they can make all the Star Wars titles like that and actually good. I just have no interest in a lot of it.
Yeah, well, like because the new trilogy, the only real good thing to come out of that was Babu Freak.
Yeah,
Hey, Babu Freak! Hey!
yeah,
He's the best
I liked him.
character to come out of that.
He's gonna. There,
Hey!
I don't know if it's him, but they have his species in the Mandalorian. I saw them running around too, so
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
he's kind of like a loud Italian
Yeah,
kind of
basically Star Wars with its stereotypes. But
Yeah.
yeah,
They kind of do though.
they
All
do.
The time.
He was
They use
a
stereotypes all the time.
yeah, he was a wrench monkey that that, like you said, had a very Italian way about him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I am excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu. That's very exciting. That him taking down the AT-AT in the trailer was pretty badass.
Yep.
We've only known one other Star Wars hero to take one down on his own, and that was Luke. So
Yeah. Which I wish the Solo movie would have worked out because Sebastian Stan is Solo, or as
Yeah.
Luke,
yep,
and then then they had the other, and then they had Calrissian, Lando.
Yeah.
If they could have created, because they were all looking kind of similar, where you could kind of create more stories in there.
you could have done more with it. I'm so curious with like the advances and like the AI videos and everything. If one day they'll just get the actors to sign off on it and say, "Hey, just make an AI younger version of myself and make
Well,
a
they
movie."
tried that with what's her name, Leia, but there was a big lot of Me Too.
So they did that with like the leftover footage, and then it's kind of the same thing, right? It is kind of the same thing. But like
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of wonder if they're approaching Mark Hamill and saying, "Hey, just in case we get the technology there, can we
Well,
make
yeah,
more
they
movies
signed
using your
off on
likeness?"
it.
Yeah, and that's why it's like it was definitely episode 9 was a tribute to Leia. It
Because
was
you
that was
think you'd
always the
sign off
plan,
on it because all proceeds they're going to your children and grandchildren.
right? Like they're
You
getting a
know,
cut of
your
this.
family doesn't have to worry forever.
It's just like they did with James Earl Jones. You know, he was like, "I'm done. I'm retired." I mean, he's passed away now, but he was like, "I'm done. I'm retired from doing Darth Vader." But hey, here's the rights to use my voice as Darth Vader for as long as you want to. Like
Yeah.
his family is set for life. Every time Darth Vader says a word, his family makes $1 million. Like that's
Yeah.
how. Like why wouldn't you do that? So
Yeah.
and
And
his
so
voice is so
they're-
iconic you couldn't
why are
recreate
you
it.
complaining about that when their families are wanting it? They're like, yes, keep using it, keep making content.
Yeah, I would do it. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. So, yeah, but I mean, I could see them doing that in the future, using AI to do some of that older, you know, to
Like
take
May
some
the
of this.
4th is literally a holiday for them.
Yeah, but I mean, we've lost James Earl Jones, Peter Mayhew. Um,
What's his name? Admiral
God, I can't remember. Quite a few people.
what's his name? They
Grand Moff
used him
Tarkin.
too.
Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Tarkin.
And his family like signed off on that, and they said he would have loved this.
Yeah.
It's probably one of like the
They-
highlights of his career. Like one, but
the
you know
only
what?
person I could see not signing off on it is Han Solo.
Yeah, Harrison Ford would probably be like, I don't know, fucking do that.
Ford,
But he's also grown up a lot with that because he used to hate the character, and then as he kind of got older, he was like, nah, he's like this. He's like, it was a good thing for me. It was a good thing, and people love the character, and I think he started really understanding the fans more.
because why would you not be pumping out good animated content?
Yeah,
And it's all there. They have comics. They have like the comics between episode 2 and 3, or I guess 5 and 6.
yeah.
You know, they have
Shadows
the
of the
content.
Empire.
They have the books.
Yeah,
They have all. Why not? Like, okay, we make a big budget movie, but like for some of this past stuff, we actually just do animated.
yeah. They absolutely could. It's kind of. I want to see what they end up doing with that technology, and I think that like Mark Hamill for sure would sign off on it and be like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Because he loves the character and he stated as much. I feel like a lot of them felt they were typecasted for so long just because those movies, like you couldn't watch another movie without being like, oh, that's Han Solo or that's Luke Skywalker. You know, as a kid, I was like, hey, it's Luke Skywalker in another movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but we've talked enough about Star Wars. What about Peacemaker? Steph can actually be involved in this one.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
quiet for almost 19 minutes.
Yeah, talk about what.
Watch Star Wars.
First of all, talk about what happened in the new episode.
So I actually just finished it, and because I was delayed on TV this week, but I had a question. And Eagly, when he becomes the Prime Eagle, what does that mean?
I don't know.
We don't really
He's
know
the
yet.
King of Eagles.
This is the first time we've seen it, and it's
I don't
I-
think it's even in the comics.
no.
Oh, really?
He's just some kind of special eagle, apparently.
Okay.
I'm
'Cause,
pretty,
like, when
yeah,
that
I'm pretty sure
happened-
some of this is just made up for this Peacemaker because they pretty much changed the Peacemaker to be more Punisher-esque in 2023. So my theory is
Yeah.
so that the show can align with the comics. They did what was called DC Black Label, and so that was, I believe, age 17 plus. You can get that comic, so you couldn't get that comic under 17, so because that's how vulgar it was.
Yeah. And I watched Tom Segura on his podcast Two Bears One Cave had James Gunn on there. This was like a couple days ago, and I watched the podcast. It was like an hour and a half long, very good. And James Gunn was talking a lot about Peacemaker, and he said that he just wanted to make a show that was really grounded. He's like, the goal was never to really make a superhero movie. It was to kind of make a movie about the world of superheroes. He's like, because most of the people who are involved in this do not have superpowers; they're just dressed like superheroes. So he's like, I was trying to make something a little bit more grounded with a very good story in it. He's like, and I wanted to kind of steer away from like the metahumans a little bit. So hearing that, I'm like, the show makes a lot more sense, like why he kind of went that route. The one complaint that I have about the season so far is that we have not gotten enough Vigilante.
Who is that?
That's his friend,
Oh yeah.
the
So
sociopath.
I'm
Psychopath,
actually kind of bored with this season. I just feel like nothing substantial has happened, and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the
like the
story.
first season I
No, go ahead.
was gonna say, I just feel like I'm like watching it and I'm like, there's just not much going on. It's like, okay, the eagle, that's
There's
one of,
things being set up,
yeah,
so they are significant things. You just are looking for the punchline. You want the payoff,
yeah.
but it's a slow burn setup,
Well,
Yeah.
right?
the burn is gonna come on the last season with a cliffhanger, and then we're gonna go through this again, where it's gonna be
Well, it's
7
supposed to
episodes.
tie into the next episode's supposed to tie into Superman.
Yeah.
Um,
This whole
Peacemaker
season
did talk.
is.
Peacemaker did talk about like a kaiju. You know,
Yeah.
stuff happening between universes. We do have hints that this is some kind of racist universe.
Right.
You
Dimension
know,
X.
so there's a lot going on. I think as far as Vigilante, they're setting up some kind of payoff for him. I'm thinking. Because his main shtick is just crying over being his friend and not really getting recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
there's got to be a payoff there because this is just kind of annoying.
I agree. Like, they haven't really highlighted him too much, and I feel like he's going to have his hero moment, and it's going to have something to do with, like, really saving Peacemaker. But, like, he's such a loyal friend, even though Peacemaker kind of treats him like shit. But,
Yeah, it's that Joker Harley Quinn relationship.
yeah, and he's trying to figure out, and Peacemaker, I mean, this whole season has been about him, like, he thought he was finally good, and he even talks about it as much, like, in the first season, like his regret over killing Rick Flag and his doubts about himself as being a hero and everything. And then by the end of the season, he's like, oh, I am a hero. I stopped this alien invasion. And then he thought, going to the second season, he thought he was going to be taken more seriously and that the hero, and that's why he did the audition with the Justice Gang. So he thought he was going to be taken more seriously as a hero, and everybody still just laughed at him. And that led to him feeling like, hey, maybe this is not the right world for me. I found a world that will maybe be a better fit. And I think it's going to be a grass is always greener type of thing. Like when he gets there, he's going to find out like, oh shit, what I had was great. Or maybe more of like a Wonderful Life type of thing. Like he's going to figure out something's off about this universe.
Well, that's why I think those Sons of Liberty are really the good guys.
Yeah.
And he's going to be faced with, oh, I'm not on these people's side.
Yeah.
Do I sacrifice what I need for my values?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's going to come down to for him.
I agree. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think he's going to get there and just realize that he's going to get to a point where he's like, this is not being a hero. And that's where he's going to have his true hero moment, is realizing
Right.
he could have everything he wants, but sacrifices it to do the right thing.
Right, because in order to do the right thing, he would have to not do what his dad wants, and he's proven that he can't do that.
He's gonna give up his brother, his dad, Harcourt. He's gonna give it all up at some point. I think that's where
Right.
this is gonna go.
Right.
And
Because
it's
because I think it's gonna what's her name, the black woman. It's gonna
Adebayo?
come down to her
Yeah.
and his loyalty to her versus his loyalty to his brother and his father.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. Especially if we're right about that racist universe he's going into.
I just want
Right.
to see this Nazi thing that you told me about.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
mention it.
GI
Not to mention
Robot
Yeah.
kind of makes an
it.
appearance.
Oh yeah. You got to watch. Yes, you got to see GI Robot. But I think
Just
that
go
there's
online, go on YouTube, and watch GI Robot's best moments,
yeah.
and you'll get the idea.
Yeah. Well, and there's
I'd recommend watching the show, but you have this thing against watching animated things. But
Yep.
it is
watch
such
the
a good
cartoon.
show.
It's so good. It's so good. And it
It's
ties
just
in.
basically because it's cheaper to make a cartoon than it is to make a live action show.
Mhm.
Sure.
Especially one with monsters.
Right. It's a lot of.
And these will show up in like Peacemaker in the DC universe.
Yeah. And James Gunn basically said in that same interview he did
Like
with
Rick Flag already has.
Yeah. And so like the conversation that he was having with Tom Segura, James Gunn was saying, he's like, I have different things that are going to be for different conversations with different audiences. He's like, Superman was for everybody. Peacemakers for the adults. Creature Commandos is for the adults. He's like, Batman will be for everybody. He's like, so there's different levels to what he's doing and where he can kind of connect it. So, and with him talking about this all leading into Superman 2, or Superman, what are they calling it? Man of Tomorrow. I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to lead in yet, but I'm excited to see what it is because it's very possible that they're going to open the door to Earth 3, which is the alternate villain side where Superman is Ultraman, the bad guy, and all that. So that's what I think. I think that's going to be the end game of this phase. Is going to be the Injustice League.
Yeah.
I think. Anyways, that's my theory. But Peacemaker's been doing a great job, and I've loved a lot of it. I love the storytelling. Could have a little bit more action, but now that you say it, it does make sense if they were doing a slow burn to build up to something like really awesome.
Yeah, I think probably I don't know, we're 5 episodes in. Probably the last 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah, they.
I think something big will happen at the end of 6, and then 7 and 8 will be nonstop action.
Yeah, I could see that happening, and he's doing a very like Tarantino thing with it. Like, if you've ever seen The Hateful Eight, was it The Hateful Eight? Yeah, no, it's not. Why am I drawing a blank?
Well,
Anyways,
there's like a couple iterations of that movie.
yeah,
Tarantino had one.
yeah,
Oh.
The Hateful Eight, and then there was the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that one was a slow burn. And the whole movie, you're just sitting there and like stuff's happening. He's telling a good story, so you're very engaged. But like nothing really happens that much until the very end when the guys come in and they were originally going to kill Sharon Tate.
All the stuff is kind of just lining up. It's like watching an episode of Seinfeld. A
Right.
bunch of stuff is just happening,
Yeah.
but then it all just kind of crashes together at the end.
And I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how it like culminates, and it just like goes from like, you know, it's not on a steady pace of like maybe at a 2, and then that last scene goes up to a 10 when Leonardo DiCaprio brings out a flamethrower and torches that lady in the pool. Like, you know, it's just like all of a sudden it just Tarantino knows how to do a punchline, and that was the punchline.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, all his movies or most of his movies are a lot of. It's very
very slow
much
burn.
done in the same manner.
Yeah. I think that's what I love about him. But they like have conversations that are very like, the conversations are never pointless. It
Well,
feels like they are, but
he's
they're
like I kind of think of him kind of like Kevin Smith, like an independent.
hmm
He does his own thing. It's not like Michael Bay kind of
right.
just trying to do the summer movie thing. They're doing a kind of a real artistic thing to,
Yeah. Oh,
specific to how they tell stories.
definitely. And you can feel the influences from different like cinema and stuff. And that's where you can see like kind of the nerd come out in the storylines that he does. You know, where he's like pulling different things. Like Kill Bill was so much of like the samurai stuff, and you know
Oh
it.
yeah, he did a World War II one. He
Uh huh. Yeah.
did what's the one with Jamie Foxx?
Oh, Django Unchained.
Django Unchained. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he does specific things. He a lot of ladies' feet.
Yeah. A lot of feet.
Very
He's got a
much
thing for feet.
empowers the minorities.
hmm
Um, or there's so, or like I guess like I don't know who that would be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I guess Brad Pitt was kind of
Yeah.
down on his luck, even though he did all the work, But
Yeah. He's just very good. Again, another guy who's just a very good storyteller.
and I think he is really into like serial killers and stuff too.
He's
Like
really,
he's into like old style of things.
yeah. He is. He's very old school with a lot of his things. He's very
He
much a
thinks
geek.
anything made in the '70s was genius, and everything made in the '80s is shit,
Yeah.
and
He was.
everything made past the '80s is shit.
He's very much a geek. He does a lot of comic book tie-ins. He does a lot of old movies. He does the older music and everything. He's very into like the '60s, like '60s and '70s.
Right? Yeah. Um. Man. But he's got so much. Like Kill Bill is such a classic, though.
I love that movie. I love both of them.
Both of them are classics,
I almost
Yes.
like the second one better than the first.
and the fights
I
are
like the second
so
one better.
good.
I thought the ending of Kill Bill was amazing. The way that he did that and like just what's his face like walking the 5 steps and just going down.
Yeah.
But it was like out
But
of
like
love.
we don't get to see because John Wick is the exception. We don't get to see like characters made in the movies anymore.
No.
Beloved characters. It's like pulling stuff from the past and maybe like doing spin-offs and
hmm
but we don't get but Kill Bill was just like its own superstar made in the theater.
Yeah. And I mean the fight with the what were they called? The Crazy 88 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know, in the first movie was so good, where she's just like fighting all those guys and just like massacring them, which was actually pulled from, I think it was the Chinese Connection, which was a Bruce Lee movie. There's like a whole scene where he's in like a dojo and surrounded by all these guys, and he just kicks the shit out of them, down to the part where she's on the ground like kind of breakdancing with the swords and like hitting them. He was doing that with like nunchucks. And so like the direct influence there, again, the influence from Bruce Lee, you can
It was
see
an
as well.
overtly modernized Bruce Lee era movie done with a minority, or I wouldn't say minority, but with a vulnerable population, I guess, with a white
Yeah.
woman. You know, um,
Fucking great movies though. Outstanding.
but that's where I'm just like, yeah, he takes a lot of stuff, '70s and below.
hmm Puts his own flair on it and, you know, tells a good story.
There's something about a good World War II movie. World War II makes the best movies. Thank you to World War II.
What was the movie where they didn't do, I'm gonna mess this up, where they just followed them like constantly. Like it was a certain type of like cinematography that hadn't been done. It was like continuous. Was it like 1942 or something like that?
Oh, so it's called a one shot. That's what the directing style is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what the movie was. Are you just talking about general World War II movie?
It came
Oh,
out
the one where they just did the one shot of the whole movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went to the theaters to see that too. That was
Yeah.
pretty
I
What
good.
is
actually
that?
saw that
It
one.
wasn't really one shot though. It just made it look like it was just the camera. So like when there was like dark shadows and stuff, that's where they would cut it.
Oh. I mean, I
You
saw
know,
it in theaters, and I'm not really big into war movies, but I thought that was it was interesting to watch.
you said horror movies or war movie?
War.
Oh, I thought you said horror movie.
No, I love
Oh,
War movie,
1917.
1917.
it's close.
Yeah,
1942.
Yeah,
it
whatever.
was a.
This is in the
That was World War
1900s.
One.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good movie though. Uh,
I didn't
and
see that one.
I
I'll have to
do
watch
like
that.
it is pretty good. It has a lot of build up and then
Mm-hmm.
fantastic things happen kind of thing going on.
Yeah, Adam,
Um,
definitely should watch it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
I like those movies because I like with the how the scenery and the clothing, the outfits, to kind
very-
of see that era live action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm a bigger fan of the older war, right? Like the World War II movies, World War One, that sort of thing, Civil War even. I'm not a big fan of like the modern day war movies. Like Black Hawk Down was good, but I don't really like
Guess
watching
where you
things.
going with that? Because my favorite is We Were Soldiers, and it's like, is that
Yeah, no, that one's
old or
good.
is that new?
No, that's old. That's old. Old.
Okay,
I'm talking about,
it's
like,
just that part
Afghanistan,
where Mel
Iraq.
Gibson just gets up and they shoot his flashlight and he just shoots
Yeah.
a bunch of people. And,
That's a
and then
great
he starts
movie.
Barking orders.
That one, like the Thin Red Line, those are great movies. The
Hurt Locker.
Platoon.
the oh, Hurt Locker. Oh my God, don't get me started
Platoon.
on that
Speaking of
garbage
which,
movie.
we got Charlie Sheen to talk about.
Oh, we do. We do.
Yeah, we
Um,
went off
Platoon was
topic
a
here.
great. Like I was watching Platoon probably when I was 3 years old.
Platoon's a great movie. Apocalypse Now is a great movie.
Oh, you
Um,
know what else is a really good setting for a war movie? White
I
Christmas.
swear to God, you're saying horror movie.
War. So,
Are you
anyways,
saying horror?
horror. You
War.
said horror?
Why are you doing
War.
Go smoke another
War.
one. War.
Goddamn
Like,
war.
I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Frank Reynolds going, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's watch a horror movie."
Look at these whores. Yeah. No, I just don't like the Iraq, Afghanistan movies and stuff. Not a big fan of them. Maybe because it hits too close to home. Maybe just my experiences like make me shy away from that. So I don't know.
Oh
But
yeah,
like
there was this one documentary on
Restrepo.
Amazon.
Oh.
I think it's like the Beehive or something like that. What is that?
Oh
Horse
yeah.
Lab?
I
And I
saw
couldn't
a
watch
trailer
that.
for that. No. Well, when I was watching, I watched Restrepo back when it came out, and this was like 2010 or something like that. I was back only a couple years from Afghanistan, and we were watching it at the drill hall, and like I was kind of watching, and I was like, I don't really want to watch this, and I left, and I left the room, because that one was like a tough one to watch.
You should come to Indy with me. They have a beautiful World War II museum. And the Hornet's Nest, I was kind of watching it because I was actually working there for the VA. And they played the movie in the museum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's where I was like, oh, I can't really watch this. And
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful museum though, and it has all eras and stuff like
Cool.
that. You should come check that out.
I like the military museums; they're pretty cool.
Indianapolis has a lot of memorials and stuff there.
Yeah, some of
Even
those
though the
movies just
city's going to shit.
yeah, but like I wasn't into a lot of those movies. That, getting into what was the other one? 13 was it 13 hours? Whatever it was the Benghazi one.
I kind of think is that the one with the office guy?
Yeah,
I don't even know if I watched that.
yeah. Jim, yeah, he was in it. Him and God damn, I can't remember his name. Anyways, yeah.
The,
I didn't watch that.
well, I'm talking about the one that's in Peacemaker, his brother.
Oh yeah, he was in there too, but so was John Krasinski.
And John Krasinski.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're. I haven't watched a lot. I heard they're good. I just like. I don't know. I also feel a certain way about it because it's still like too new. I don't know. I have my
Well, it
feelings.
makes you think what those Vietnam vets think.
Right.
Because I was thinking when I was like 5, 6, 7, oh, Vietnam was so long ago. It wasn't a decade, even a decade before I was born.
Yeah.
Because it ended, what, 74,
Something like that. Yeah.
72, 74?
Was
I
it
was
re-
born in 82.
yeah.
I'm
It was like
thinking
early
it was like
70s.
50 years ago back then. No, it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was not long. I mean, when you think about how many people how many friends you had whose dads fought in Vietnam, you're like,
But
that's
I'm
not that old.
thinking, so when I met a Vietnam vet, I'm thinking, this is an old man. He fought in that war that many years ago. He's my age back
Yeah.
then.
Right. So yeah, and
I
that's
was in
how.
Afghanistan for just longer, longer ago than my birth to Vietnam.
Right. I know. When you think it was like 20 years ago, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How
Almost
long
20.
has it been?
I think it's been like
Been
7.
almost 12 years, 13 years.
It's been 17, man.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Yeah, it's almost 20 years.
Almost 20
it
years.
feels like coming from the civilian side and having my brother and friends overseas, like I can remember all of that like it was yesterday. Just the constant like fear and the worry and like I remember Adam like when he came home for Christmas on leave. I was like, please just don't go back. Like, just don't. Like, go AWOL. I don't care. I'll hide you.
They don't even hide you anymore. You just get dishonorably discharged.
Well, we
It's not like
might
they shoot
be
you anymore.
we might be close to no. Shoot. Yeah. Never mind. So World War II wasn't even that long before I was born. You know what I mean?
It
Like
ended in 45. So 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years. I've been alive 42 years.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was trying to get out, but I didn't know how to explain that.
I understand what you're saying. You've been alive longer than the time from your
I
birth
was
to World War II.
born to where
I
World
get
War
it.
II ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Crazy to think about time like that, right?
Like Hitler would have still been alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he survived, he would have still been alive when I was born.
And you think about it and you're like, oh, that was like 200 years ago. No. It's 40
Well,
years.
when you think
So
about
when you think about Vietnam, think about how those guys felt back then
oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
how they feel now because some of them are still alive. The Vietnam guys definitely still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of Vietnam guys still around. They're getting old. But they're around. I mean, when I
Well,
think about it, so my dad is 69 and he was too young to fight in Vietnam. So like a lot of these guys got it. I mean, he was too young by a little bit. So I mean, most of these guys who were 18 when they went were probably in their early to mid 70s, right?
the older baby boomers are 70 or the older baby boomers are 79 years old this year or coming up.
Yeah.
So that
Wild.
means that those are the ones. Number one. Number two, that means we're starting to lose the largest portion of our population.
Mm-hmm.
Just an interesting fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's going to be a resurgence of COVID babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's holding that down? Because millennials are at highest risk for suicide and being victim of violence and drug overdose than any other generation.
That is true. That
There is
true. You
not
see a
as
lot
many
more.
of us as there were of baby boomers, and there's not as many Gen Zers.
Yeah. Damn.
Think our economy's F now. We'll wait till the baby boomers start to really die off.
Yeah. Crazy. Too much to think about. Let's talk about Charlie Sheen.
These are the types of things I think about.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched the Charlie Sheen documentary yet.
So, I don't think anything that we'll say about it is too much of a spoiler.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you know that he was on crack a lot.
You know what happened.
He
Yeah.
just kind of like put it in like his perspective and like told more of the story, and it was good.
He was pretty humble.
He
Like,
was.
he was like, yeah, I was fucked up. Like he did not like make excuses like that lady in
Yeah.
the other documentary, the
Yeah.
teenage number or whatever.
Wrong
Catfish.
number. Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
totally was
caller,
like, yeah, I was fucked up. But there were so many interesting things hearing him talking about being on the set of
Mhm.
Apocalypse Now, and when he was like 10 years old, and seeing like old movies him and Sean Penn and
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez used to make when they were kids. Like there was a lot of like really good interesting stuff there.
It was cool. I really liked it, and you're right. Like he came in and was like, "I'm going to tell you the story, like the truth and everything." And I mean, he didn't shy away from any of the topics or conversations. So, and I, you felt like you believe what he was saying, where he was like, "Yeah, I like really fucked my life up at times," and so I didn't know
Yeah,
that him,
and Denise Richards,
Denise Richards, who does
Oh
not
my
look like
God.
Denise Richards anymore.
she did not. Definitely a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah, but
But
she's
she, well, I guess maybe this would be a spoiler, but she, you know what I mean?
No.
gonna need more context than that.
Yeah.
Has a lot,
I don't
has a
know.
lot of feelings still.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
You see what
There.
I'm saying?
Yeah. She.
But she was so intensely talking about it, though.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of batshit crazy herself, but at the same time, like you can tell there's like some real kindness in her too. Like she took the kids that were not
Oh,
hers, took them in
I
for a
think
year.
I think she would be like the probably overly attractive lady that's just super nice mom ish,
Hmm.
like a MILF to me.
Yeah, like his new wife, or I think it was a third wife, were so fucked up on crack all the time that she's like, "Come here, kids," and she like took their kids while they were going through all their shit, like took them and like raised them. She said for like a year,
No.
and like took them in and was like, "Hey, I'll take care of you." On top of the two kids that her and Charlie Sheen had. So and that's like that's goodness right there. When you're willing to take in like your ex-husband and his crack whore wife's kids and be like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take care of you. Like
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. So I thought it was interesting.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
watch it this week and then I can weigh in next week.
John Cryer though, like when he kind of talked about it, I feel like he had a lot of resentment towards Charlie
Oh,
Sheen.
he did. Well, he's been open about that. He's
Yeah.
been open that Charlie Sheen. He was open about it before he was on the show.
Yeah.
And he was like, because of Charlie Sheen, a lot of us are losing our jobs. Like, I remember
Right.
back then he was angry. I think he
Mhm.
actually held back a lot.
Yeah. And that was it. It was because he was so fucked up all the time. They were like, we don't know if we're gonna have a job next week. Is this guy gonna die and the show's over? Like, we don't know.
Well, I remember a rumor that he needed to be named Charlie so he would answer his lines.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's from the way he made it sound like when he was kind of, what was it like? He said like the second year of Two and a Half Men was where like the pressure started getting to him, and that's when he started going back to the crack and everything. The craziest part of this whole thing, okay, is that the whole reason he got sober, that he's on the sober path now, is because his drug dealer didn't want him to die and started like cutting the cocaine out of the crack. He was basically bringing it down little by
That's
little.
a crazy looking guy too.
That dude was crazy. But you know what? If I had a drug dealer, I'd want it to be him because he was like, hey, I like this guy. I'm not going to let him kill himself on my drugs. And he just started doing it until it was bunk crack. And he was like,
Well,
and
that's
Charlie
why
Sheen was
it's
like,
like-
well, I guess I'm sober now.
Charlie Sheen, I think, is a type of guy, and I've met him working in substance abuse, where everybody just who meets him likes him,
Yeah.
even though it's you can tell that the drugs are really an illness. Like it is an isolated illness and not who he is.
Oh, yeah. And you can tell with Charlie when you hear him talk, you're just like, the drugs made him the crazy asshole. He's not naturally a crazy asshole,
Right.
you know, and because like when you hear him talk and like how much he's with his kids and how much time he spends with them and like all the regrets he has, like that's not somebody who's like all fucked up and like, yeah, I did it, I don't give a fuck. Like you can tell he has regrets. And like the fact that he's rekindled his relationships with his kids and everything, like that made me very happy. You know, brought a little tear to
Yeah.
my eye. I was like, good for you, man. Like you could tell he's a good person who got mixed up in the wrong shit.
Well, he
Yeah,
started out
which
young
I
in
would-
Hollywood, right?
Oh yeah. Well, his dad's Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
So Emilio Estevez got famous, but he has a straighter head.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen didn't care about really the art or the movies as much as the lifestyle, the rock
Yeah.
star
Yeah.
lifestyle.
What was the name of that movie he said, like the first one he did? It was like Bear something.
Yeah,
Almost
yeah.
like
Bear. It was kind of like what Cocaine Bear is.
Grizzly 2 The Revenge. That's what it was called.
Yeah, and the first movie wasn't even named Grizzly.
Yeah. It's
And there
And-
was a lot of well known actors in that though.
yeah. There what was funny to me, so Nicolas Cage, I didn't realize the two of them were so close.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were like besties, and that's like kind of how he got into drugs was Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yeah. Like Nicolas Cage apparently was like taking him on all these like adventures and like introduced him to cocaine and everything. I don't think he introduced him to crack, but he introduced him to cocaine.
No, it was one of his girlfriends.
Yeah, what was her name? I can't remember. She introduced him to crack.
They were just yeah.
But it was
Yeah, because she kind of forced him.
yeah. He was like, "I'll try
like,
this."
sleep with her, and then was like, just let me know if you're curious. I ain't gonna make you do it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then he did it, and then it was away from there.
Yeah. Did yeah. Just crazy, man.
It's
Crazy
always a
and
woman.
And you also see like how much from the documentary, you see how much like the fans feeding into his crazy behavior and everything like encouraged him to just go bigger and worse.
Oh, he was having a manic episode.
Mm-hmm. He was, but like he was like, oh, people love me for the way I'm behaving, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, it was like, and that makes me feel a little bad because when he was doing all that stuff, I was laughing. I was like, oh, we're having a good time with Charlie Sheen. But it's like, no, this dude was going through some real serious shit.
Well, he was doing a lot of roids then too.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Doing a lot of roids. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But still, gotta love his movies and his stuff. I mean, Hot Shots Part 2. Two of
Yeah.
the best.
Well, the thing is, he was the best. He had the look. He
Mm-hmm.
and he was a good actor.
He had
Because
great
he
delivery.
came from a great lineage.
Yeah, he had great delivery on everything. It was he was a good comedy actor.
At one point, he was like having people apply to be one of his girlfriends, whatever the name was that he called them, I forget.
The Goddesses.
Yeah, and my girlfriend and I were like, should we just apply and see what happens? And then I didn't, because I thought probably not the look I want to have. But I
No.
contemplated it. I'm like, this could be a fun ride. Good story for later on in life.
Just it was crazy. It was the whole
Oh,
documentary.
you wouldn't have came back.
Yeah.
You might have died.
Well, that's what they said in the documentary. Him and his wife were saying like yeah, a lot of people who did the amount of drugs that we did just died. They're like, a lot of our friends died doing this stuff. They're like, for whatever reason, we were able to like handle it. And that I think is insane in itself. Like, from the amount they were saying they were doing, and I don't know much about drugs, but from the amount they were saying they were doing, I'm assuming it's a lot. It was
I
not
don't
like, hey, we hit the crack pipe a little bit. It was like, no, we're doing a lot of crack today.
Yeah. Kind
I
of
mean-
reminds me of so how many celebrities overdose and die and come back to life. I think he did it twice, didn't he?
Oh, from like Narcan.
He did die. I think they said he died once.
Once.
I don't know if he OD'd for sure. I don't know if he died, but he OD'd the once, and that's when they took him to the hospital, and like his dad came to visit him and everything. And when he said that, like, yeah, my dad and my brother didn't want to come on the show, to,
Nothing
like,
could
talk
kill
about
him because he's got tiger blood.
it, 'cause he got the
I'm
tiger
pretty
blood.
sure that was one of the things he bragged about.
He did. He said he had
Like,
tiger blood.
nothing can kill me. I have tiger blood.
And yeah, and he was really high on crack at the time. Oh my god, what a character that one. But fucking
Yeah, I
legendary
wouldn't trust
actor.
him for a second.
No,
I started watching, well, I binged Euphoria. I think I told you guys. And it's similar, like, it's all about drugs, right? And people, like, using a lot of drugs. And even watching them on the show, and I know it's not real, but watching it, I'm just like, how do you do this? Like, the main girl is just constantly, like, snorting or taking pills or shooting up. And you're just like, it hurts me to watch. That's how I know I'm not a drug addict.
but that's like if you watch Blue Mountain State. Like I think it was in the first episode when Thad like he takes some ecstasy, then takes a pill, then snorts cocaine, and then does like a shot of tequila, and you're just like, why? How?
Yeah.
I'm like I could, like it hurts me. I've never even done any of that except for like tequila, and I'm like I couldn't handle that. Couldn't do it. And I know it's pretend, but it's just make believe.
Man, if I were to have a beer, I would not feel good tomorrow.
Yeah. It was
I don't know how
You-
people do it.
all the time when you see that stuff and they're just doing massive amounts of cocaine and you're like, I feel like this would really kill most people.
Well, it
Maybe, I
depends
don't
on if it's cut or not.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about it, but all I'm saying is there's a lot of that's cut with like baking soda or, you know, other some. I mean, fentanyl is obviously a big deal, but that's what kills most people. But yeah, a lot of the drug dealers cut it with like other substances to make it way more, and you're not actually doing as much as you think you are.
Like bleach,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ginseng.
ginseng, yes, some
I
turmeric.
know. I've watched enough Homicide Hunter with Joe Kenda to know like that usually doesn't end well for the drug dealers either, because once the person finds out, they usually murder them. It's fantastic.
Yeah. You guys should really watch Euphoria though. I was kind of against it, and now I'm like, I can't wait for season 3. I actually cried at the end of season 2 a little.
I heard it's good. I might maybe one day.
It's, well, now that I have Dad's HBO Max login, I've been going wild.
Sydney Sweeney gets naked a lot.
A lot.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Sydney Sweeney's boobs.
Just joking. They have just celebrity jihad. Really easy to find.
That's what I was saying the other day when I was like, I've seen clips of the show.
Yeah.
It's, the story is good. Zendaya is
The
like the
only thing I'd be
main girl.
interested in.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, once I saw that, I wouldn't be interested in the rest of the show. I mean,
Yeah.
Just gotta
I
watch
know
5
you-
minute of it.
I know we're
Yeah.
talking about two different things here.
it's like what's that? The one book that all the girls were reading and having orgasms
50
reading.
Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. That's what it'd be
Yeah,
like for me.
that's not true. Not all girls were doing that. Mm-mm.
Pseudo
Pretty
porn.
sure you were all getting off reading this book.
It was a poorly written book. It was trash.
Wouldn't know anything
You
about
couldn't
it.
resist.
It was bad. It was really
All right.
bad.
Well, yeah. Keep us updated on Euphoria. Let us know.
I'm already done with it.
I
You
won't get.
guys,
I won't get to it
Okay.
anytime soon.
it's like 8 episodes a season. There's 2 seasons.
Okay. You know how long it takes me to get through an episode? Long time. Damn kids. I have to do it while I fold laundry for 2 hours on Sunday night. That's when I get to watch my shows.
Well, let's get to some news. It's 10:40.
Yeah, we're an hour
Or
into this.
9:40 your time. Marvin Jones III was hired, also known as the rapper Crondon, I don't know, as hired to be Tombstone in the new Spider-Man movie. I think he's the perfect casting. It's almost fan casted, and you know, I don't know. I think I'm actually really interested to see how this character is presented in the Marvel universe because
I
he is the bad guy to, again, kind of like Kingpin, to more than one Marvel street level hero.
yeah.
So I'd like to see him survive and continue to like show up in like Daredevil and whatnot.
Yeah, and I like the actor. When you told me earlier, you're like, "Oh yeah, it's the guy from Black Lightning," which was a great show. But he was like the bad guy in there. It was like Tobias, maybe, I don't know, something like that. But he was like like an albino black dude, and like he played the part so well. He played gangster so well that I was like, when you told me that, I'm like, he's gonna do really good in that part. And he
Yeah,
has a very unique look to him.
because it doesn't seem like it's a mobster kind of thing they're going for.
No,
If that is the kind of uh, you know, mob mob kind of look you want to go for,
right.
which
Yeah.
would make sense.
I hope that they kind of expand on Spider-Man to be away from the Avengers in the new movie, and I'm hoping that that's the thing with like nobody knowing who he is really, and that they kind of focus on a Spider-Man story. Let him fight a couple of low-level criminals and then take on a big bad. Let him do that kind of stuff and really play with the character because as of right now, I'm not saying the movies are bad, but the first three Spider-Man movies we got was very much just like, here's Avengers Spider-Man. Like, he didn't really ever get to stretch his legs on his own. So I want to see more of that.
well, because of the technology in the suit and everything.
Yeah,
But this is still a Spider Verse one, so we will still get a lot of old villains coming back. Tobey Maguire and what's his name, Andrew Garfield, coming back. I'm wondering if it'll tie into the animated
That would be cool.
show at
I
all.
thought about that. Yeah.
So I think that would be interesting. Um, so, and I've heard they wanted to do maybe what was the old man Peter Parker Spider Man? Maybe do like a spin off of
Okay.
that with Tobey Maguire. I forget what they called him. And then maybe do something else with Andrew Garfield as well.
Yeah. That would be fun. I could see them doing some cool things with that and like building like just kind of an individual Spider-Verse. I want to know if they're ever going to bring Venom back. Like Venom's got to show up at some point, right? I hope it's Tom Hardy because he did a great job.
Yeah, we'll see. Unless they, they got Eddie Brock, and then who was the second one? The other
What?
Venom.
The other Venom.
Yeah, what's her name's boyfriend?
Oh,
Old
Flash
boyfriend.
Thompson?
Flash Thompson.
Yeah, he becomes doesn't call him Venom, he call him something else. He becomes I can't
It's
remember
like
the name.
I think it's Agent Venom.
I think so. He becomes like part of Shield.
Yeah. So I mean, they could do something like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Venom is such a dynamic character that
Yeah.
they can do a lot of things with that. They don't need to necessarily bring in Eddie back in right now
No. No, they
because
could
I
always bring
think
him back as anti-venom later.
yeah, you could do a lot of different things. I
Yeah.
think I'm thinking that they aren't going to do anything with Venom. Not that Venom. I'm thinking that's just
Sure.
a separate universe. Just because I don't know why I'd want to tie the movies necessarily together. Like they weren't the best quality
They almost
movies.
like tried to, and then they just did nothing with it,
Well,
which I feel like they're doing more and more of in
the
the
third
Marvel
one was just
movies.
so bad. It was not
I didn't even
good.
see it.
Oh, it was terrible. And like they had three movies to go on, but like they did kind of a flashback mantra, scenes of stuff that happened in the past, but they only took clips from that movie. So it's like that
Oh,
happened 5 minutes ago, dude. Like instead of like the whole series
I think I watched the pitch
between
meeting on
Venom
that.
and
He
Eddie
brings that
Brock,
up. Yeah.
and it's like this isn't good. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't good.
Fair enough.
So I would actually would like them to kind of just bring in a new Venom and put him
Yeah.
in the Spidey verse. I don't know what they're doing with all these extra characters. That it's not working. They're trying to make the Spider Verse movies with the villains, and it's just not working. Sony, just give it back.
Yeah. Just stop. But well, we're an hour and 6 minutes in. Let's get to our topic of the day. I think you want to introduce it, or I can.
Yeah,
So
so
with
me or
us-
Steph.
You.
Oh, we're doing favorite college movies. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. We're going to talk about our favorite college-based movies. So we came up with a couple of different ones that we want to kind of talk through. And since Steph has been kind of left out of that last conversation, a couple of conversations, we'll let her go first.
The entire conversation.
Not the entire
Um,
watch better movies.
Be nerdier.
Yeah.
You guys
Read a comic
literally
book,
are
God damn
just
it.
talking about comic books and aliens, things I'm not
Read
into.
it.
We never
Read a
talked
comic
about
book.
one comic book.
I think you need to re-listen to this and you will hear differently. Okay, but anyway, so one of my favorite college movies is the classic Sorority Boys.
Hell yeah.
It is probably very politically incorrect in today's climate. So it gives that nostalgia of before everybody was upset about everything you said. And I love that. But if you don't know the premise, it's three fraternity guys that get kicked out of their fraternity for they were framed for stealing money. So they go and they join the loser sorority. And
Dress as
they
women.
kind of acclimate with the sorority. Barry Watson falls in love with the president, of course, the cute little blonde girl. But he has to like live a double life because he's still going to school as a man, but he's dressed up like a girl. And they are some ugly fucking girls. I'm
It's
just gonna say.
yeah, it is one of my favorite college movies. I mean, it's so funny. Michael Rosenbaum, like you don't get to see him in like a starring role that often, but he was so goddamn funny in that. And what's the other one? I can't remember the other guy's name. It's so funny though. But
I
in
gotta
any
look
case,
it up because
yeah. But the movie was very funny, and you're correct. It is politically incorrect. So many of the movies we're going to talk about tonight are.
Yeah.
Several of them involve either rape or rape adjacent scenes. So, off camera, but yeah.
Yeah.
But in any case, the Sorority Boys was like one of the funniest movies because it was so ridiculous. Like, you didn't have to suspend disbelief. It was a comedy. It was a goofy comedy that anything could happen. And I think that when they go to play the football game, that's like one of my more favorite ones where they're like, we're going to like destroy them and everything. And then they hike the ball the first time. He's like, come get it, bitch. And then like the girl runs up and just knees him in the balls. It falls to the ground. And he goes, my giant.
Harlan Williams. That's who it is.
Yes, Harlan Williams. Yes. He's
Yeah.
so funny. But
He's great.
everything about that movie was funny. It's definitely a classic.
Yeah, if you I most of my friends who have seen it, they're not one person has said they did not like it. Like everyone's like, no, that's classic. Especially like I come from a sorority life and a sorority background, and a lot of my friends were in fraternities. So like they all find the humor in it because they're like, it kind of like brings back things that you did that you don't want to admit, but you're like, ah,
Yeah.
yeah, that I remember that. I remember that party.
The sword fight with the dildos, another classic scene.
Yep,
That
yep.
was pretty great. Um, yeah, all of that was a great fucking movie. Love that one.
I
I have
kind
to
of want to
watch that.
rewatch it.
I know. I want to watch that sometime soon.
Hmm.
So good. I
Yeah.
wonder if it holds up. Probably not. It's
It
probably
does. I watched it probably 6 months ago and I laughed
okay.
just as hard. Like it was like when we watched Neighbors, which I know
Yeah.
I think you were going to touch on, and we
Yeah.
just watched it over and over and over for a month straight.
Yeah. Yeah. That it is. It's such a good movie. It's so funny and it's just so stupid, but it's great. And the dialogue in there is just it's comedy gold. And they don't
Hmm.
make comedies like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can make comedies like that anymore. A lot
Oh,
of
that
people
would get
get their,
canceled so fast.
oh yeah. But it was great at the time.
Yeah.
Rick, your thoughts on Sorority Boys?
It's I don't know. I don't think so.
Have you watched it?
I don't remember. It's been a
You've
long
seen it
time.
with Michael Rosenbaum, where they're dressed as the girls in the
No,
sorority.
I'm sure I've seen it. It's just been a long time.
Sure. All
I
right. Well,
mean, my brain could hold a lot of information, but it's starting to get really full.
all right. Well, Rick, why don't you bring up another one?
Um, I think I'm gonna go with Road Trip. Uh, Road Trip for a couple main reasons. Number one, Tom Green.
Sure.
Uh, Tom Green comedy in a movie that didn't feature Tom Green at all. Just had little small, like maybe two small parts of him feeding his snake. And I
Back when
don't
he
know.
was like, he was popular and all the rage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like oh, this is how people act in college. This is so cool. Number two, DJ Qualls.
Yeah,
Uh, DJ Qualls is excellent in that movie.
he's very good.
With Sean William Scott too, which is like, "Would you bang a cheetah?" Or
Yeah.
say, so yeah, I it's been a long time since I've seen it. I can't remember everything about it, but if I'm thinking best college movies, uh, I'm thinking probably like back in the day, watching movies in college or during those times, and that I think that was around the time where I was college age.
Yeah. Yeah. Breckin Myers was in there, and he was in a lot of the comedies back in the early 2000s. Amy Smart was in it. I'm trying to see if there was any other big names that like maybe became something. Fred Ward was briefly in it. Andy Dick was in it. I don't remember Andy Dick being in there.
Oh yeah, Andy Dick was in it. Andy Dick was hilarious.
He's weird.
Tricky became popular again, the song Tricky.
Oh yeah, by
More
by
popular
Run
than
DMC.
Golden by the K-pop Demon Hunters.
I do
Going
like
Yes.
that song.
up.
Yeah, Tricky. That was great when they're in the black fraternity.
Yep. Yep.
That was a good movie. I like that one. I like that one, and I don't know if there was any like relation between the directors and writers and everything. Another movie we've talked about, Euro Trip. I don't know if they were in any way related by production, but I always like that one.
Scotty
I
doesn't
don't.
know.
No, it's not. It's a different movie,
I know it's a different movie. I'm not
but
stupid.
it has some. I think it has some of the same actors.
No.
No, doesn't have any of the same action. I was wondering if it had like maybe the same director or writer or something.
Well,
'Cause
no,
it came
I
out
think no. What I'm
couple
saying
years
is, I
apart.
think the actors showed up in the movie. not main actors, but because they were not the actual characters, just the actors showed up in the movie.
Oh,
Because it was like the same art.
I mean, I
same
could probably.
company doing it or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably look that up at some point, but whatever. In either case, Road Trip's a great, great college movie.
But
And at
the
first I was
Euro
kinda like-
trip had Michelle Trachtenberg,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
and I'm pretty sure everybody had a crush on her.
Yeah. Yeah. Road Trip was a great one though, and it is and I was kind of like debating if it, but it is about college because the guy goes off to college and first thing he does is bang another girl and then and then Tom Green accidentally sends the video to his actual girlfriend in another place in college and it's crazy stuff. So it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. I'd watch that one again sometime soon.
I
A lot
probably
of
won't
movies I
watch
got.
it again, but
Probably a lot of movies I got to watch again just for nostalgia.
not a lot of movies to choose from in this.
I would,
category.
So the one I would bring up, one of my favorites, and it's a classic, it's an oldie, is Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Also politically incorrect.
Oh, way politically incorrect, but it's
well,
a
yeah,
great
because
movie.
it's Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, it's
Don't
Rodney
watch a
Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield movie because you're not getting politically correct.
No, and it was written by Harold Ramis, who
Yeah.
we all know was smoking a lot of pot and doing a lot of cocaine back in those days.
Speaking of which,
I'm sorry. No. I was like, which one are you saying? Okay, but Back to School is one of my favorite ones, and like Rodney Dangerfield is so great in that movie, just playing like the big shot who like comes to a school and just kind of like tries to buy his way through it, and it always just cracks me up like how likable he is, even though he's kind of a dick. Like, but he's very
it's like
likable.
Billy Madison before Billy Madison.
Kind of, yeah. Except that he was actually intelligent, and I don't know. There's so many good things in there. Like he's just like the security guy, like drops him off somewhere. He's like, oh, sorry about the mistake and everything, and he's like, here, take this. The guy's like, oh no, I couldn't take that, and he just pockets the money, which was a Caddyshack joke too. But
Yeah.
and then William Zabka was in it, playing the asshole again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's always
Robert
the
Downey
typecast.
Jr. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was in the movie. Young Robert Downey Jr., who apparently was good friends with William Zabka. But just so many funny scenes. Sam Kinison in that movie. That introduced me to Sam Kinison.
Speaking of which, did we talk about how Charlie Sheen was supposed to get Karate Kid?
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Yeah. We'll come back to that. We'll circle back. But what was I thinking about? I was talking about something. But yeah, so
Sam Kinison.
Charlie Sheen.
Sam Kinison, thank you, Sam Kinison. His whole bit when he like talks to when he's talking to the girl about like Vietnam and everything, and then he just goes on that huge like rant yelling at her. And I was reading that when he starts kind of like verbally attacking Rodney Dangerfield, like it's hard to see, but you can kind of see it. Rodney Dangerfield, because it's a shot from behind him, as Sam Kinison is like yelling at him. Like Rodney Dangerfield is laughing so hard, and they did the take multiple times, and he just couldn't not laugh. So they just took the one that was like the least noticeable. But like Sam Kinison was so goddamn funny in that, just like yelling at people as the school teacher. And it's been parodied a couple of times in other stuff, but that's a classic movie. I love that one. It's so good, and I have to watch that one again sometime soon. It's one of my all-time favorites, especially just because of Rodney Dangerfield.
Is it as classic though? Would you say as Animal House?
Yes,
Yeah, I would.
absolutely.
I
It's
would.
not as iconic. It
No.
is
Yeah.
as classic. Because when you're talking about iconic, you're talking about one of two movies: Animal House, Revenge of the Nerds.
Right.
Yep.
So, and we'll talk about both of them, but we can move to Animal House real quick because Animal House is a classic. It was a movie made in the 80s, but it was made to look like it was taking place in the 50s, I think, 50s or 60s,
You
somewhere
just
in
need
there.
to know
I
about
thought it was
Belushi.
60s.
I think it was the 60s. But yeah, Belushi was the animal in the Animal House. He was just fucking wild. And but like every character in there was again like just weird and likable. Like you had D-Day. D-Day was
Yeah.
probably my favorite character.
Yep.
You know, there's a
Didn't say
crazy
words.
yeah. You know, there's a crazy fan theory out there that that what happened to D-Day when they say he disappeared in the epilogue, when he disappeared. So the fan theory is that he went to Greendale Community College in the show Community. So they said he went there because he said that he at one point he tells Jeff that he's been at the school since the 70s, about the time where he like disappeared. But he's been there at the school, like taking classes since the 70s, and it's played by the same actor. So there's a fan theory that D-Day ended up at Greendale Community College, which I thought was another fun thing. And I'm sure there's like other evidence to support that. But again, you get into like the politically incorrect stuff of Animal House. The scene with I can't remember the actor's name, but where he was like with the girl and everything, the one who turns out to be like 15. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
like passes out and everything, and then like he's got the devil and the angel. It's a really funny scene because you know that nothing bad actually happens, but it's and just like the conversation between the devil and the angel is hilarious. But when you look at it in the grand scale of things, it is a guy deciding if he wants to molest this passed out 15-year-old girl, and I don't think he knows that she's 15 at the time.
No, he doesn't learn until like way later.
Yeah. So, but yeah, still pretty messed up when you think about it.
But I think it's the fact that those were not good movies for me to watch at my age.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was allowed to watch weird stuff in the 80s. And no one said anything.
No, but it was funny. It was really funny, and I know that like people would be up in arms about a movie portraying that same thing nowadays, but like
Yeah.
Well,
it
that's
was
what I'm
also the
saying.
comedy. It was the
would
comedy
not
of the
work.
80s.
It would not work today.
No, it wouldn't. Couldn't do that again.
Supposedly, the fraternity was based on a fraternity from Southern.
Where John Belushi went, right?
Yeah. I think it was D Chi maybe, and I could be wrong, but I that was the rumor and that was like our claim to fame. So we always had like Animal House like parties and like shirts and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
like it was that was Southern's claim to fame, is that Animal House was based off of our parties, our fraternity
Yeah.
parties.
Okay. Yeah. That.
Well, back then there was a lot of like second city people, so people from like Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
that all up and down because they didn't. It wasn't just about Chicago; it was
Yeah.
the whole state they included in that movie,
Yeah.
surrounding areas.
Yeah. It was. It's just such a fun movie, and like when you get into everything towards the end of it, I mean, they basically led a terrorist attack on a parade,
Yeah.
and somehow John Belushi becomes a senator.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it's
tracks.
yeah, and you just like watch that. That's the ridiculousness of like some of those college movies that make them fun, is that they're just kind of silly like situations that happen to people.
Right.
So, it but yeah, that parade scene is just hilarious when they like cut the thing and they have the death mobile and Kevin Bacon getting flattened by the people running. And it's one of the few successes that National Lampoon actually had with movies. 'Cause they didn't have a lot of them.
Wasn't that their first movie?
I don't know if it was their first. It was their first successful one.
So when I watched that documentary I spoke about episodes ago about the National Lampoon's writers, I want to say that they said that might have been, yeah, maybe it was just their first successful one, but that's what propelled them. But I also read that John
No, because
Belushi.
they had Lemmings in '73. Their first successful was '78, which was 5 years later. But it was only their second movie. But then they still had some movies that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
They had a lot of duds. They had a
Yeah.
lot of duds over the years.
But John Belushi, when he was drinking that bottle of Jack,
Hmm.
they originally were like, we're gonna put a straw in and we're gonna make it look like you're drinking it, but you're not. No, he said fuck that and chugged the entire bottle of Jack.
Yeah, and then he threw up immediately
Yeah.
afterwards.
Like legend,
Yeah.
icon.
Yeah. John Belushi, rest in peace, my guy.
Yeah.
But
They did a Lethal Weapon spoof.
they did. I saw it with Emilio Estevez.
I remember seeing like the video cover, but I never actually seen it.
I don't remember much of
Uh,
it.
It's got a 6.2 on IMDb.
I don't remember much of it. Like some of it was kind of funny because, like, if you watched the Lethal Weapon movies enough, it was you got the parody that they were doing of how ridiculous some of that shit was. So Revenge of the Nerds. We'll talk about Revenge of the Nerds because that's another favorite.
Who was that with them?
What in the Lethal Weapon?
Loaded
spoof?
Weapon 1.
Loaded
Samuel
Weapon.
L. Jackson?
Yeah. But Revenge of the Nerds, staying on topic here. Spawned 3 additional
I'm
sequels.
interested in this.
Okay. Spawned 3 additional sequels. It was Keith Carradine who led that movie. David Carradine's younger brother. Was it Robert Carradine? It was no. Was it
No,
Robert or
it
Keith
was
Carradine?
Robert.
It was Robert Carradine. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who I've met.
Um,
Nice guy.
that was a funny movie too, and like I don't even know how to like really put it into words. It was just the classic like nerds versus jocks. Like that's all the whole movie was.
Oh, it's like where you got the idea from.
yeah.
It was the original. Like, this is what nerds look like.
Yeah. And they did such a good job writing that whole story. They did so good with it, and just having fun with it and making fun of the different stereotypes of the nerds and the jocks and everything. What was his name? Was it Ogre? Was it Ogre? What was his name?
Yeah, Ogre.
Yeah. That was always really funny. Like all their names, huh? I pulled it up on IMDb.
Booger.
Yeah, you have Poindexter, Booger, then it was just Lamar. Yeah.
Lamar didn't get a special
Lamar.
name.
Lamar.
Yeah, they had Jefferson. Jefferson was the asshole guy.
Yeah,
Ted
Yep.
McGinley.
love him.
John Goodman was in it.
John Goodman, and when he was like young and thin and everything, he looked really good in it. I mean, I guess when you're young and thin, you always look good. But just the competition at the end, and with like, of course, one of the most iconic things when they do the concert.
Yeah.
But Brian Tochi is probably the best actor that's in it, and you don't even understand why.
No,
He was Leonardo in the Ninja Turtles movies, and he's done a ton of voice acting that you are a fan of.
oh, I'm sure.
He was the only person that showed up in the original Star Trek and the Next Generation, because he was in the original Star Trek as a kid.
Really.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, Revenge of the Nerds, like, I mean, it introduced a lot of things to people, right? The panty raid. Like, was that really a thing before then? Who knows? But that was the thing that they did. But again,
Yeah, but they did some bad stuff though.
they did some
Like
bad stuff.
pretending to be the chick's boyfriend.
Yeah, and having sex with her in that like bounce house thing, and then he's like,
But
yeah,
then
actually,
she
no,
was
no, no.
okay with it.
Yeah, she was okay because nerds are better at sex for some reason.
Because they do nothing but think about it. I remember this. This is the
Yeah.
specific part of the movie that I remember is because they spend so much time analyzing and they think about sex a lot that they
Yeah.
study how to please a woman.
Yeah, doesn't change the fact that it's still kind of rape, but
It still is rape.
yeah, I don't know why I said kind of. It is.
It is rape. It doesn't mean that you can't like it. And I'm not saying let's not go down that rabbit hole. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you can decide. Oh well, I'm actually okay with this. You know what I mean?
Right. It's post consent, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to dive into that one too much. That's going to open some bad things.
Yeah. Let's
But then
not talk about that. I just
when
think it's unrealistic expectations,
it's very much is. That was fantasy 101
and I'm
right
wondering
there.
how many people that actually influenced.
Yeah. The well, and then the other thing they did, that same girl, because they took the picture of her topless and then they put it in the pies that they were handing out to everybody that they were selling for like the fundraiser. So they
Yeah.
were selling the pies and then like it was just her topless, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a felony right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Like
you're
it
going to
was
jail for
really
that one.
bad. That's what
It
I'm saying.
was.
It's like it's not movies that I should have been watching when I was 10.
No, they attribute it to being like nerdy hijinks and stuff, but yeah, I mean that was bad. That
But
was
at the
very
same
bad.
time, when we were watching those, we didn't understand what was actually going on.
That was
We did-
my expectation of college, and damn it, I was gonna make it come true, and I did.
You only walked away with 2 felonies.
No raping though.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it is a classic movie though, and it's funny. As they went on, they got less and less funny. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds 2, 3, or 4 were
It
that
was
great.
just casting in.
Yeah,
I think the second one was decent, if I remember.
I'm trying to remember what the second one is. Definitely not as iconic as the first one.
But
No.
Curtis Armstrong has stood the test of time, decade after decade after decade, just showing up, just being there throughout my whole life
Yes,
and existing. And then I finally met him, and he's a great guy, supernatural guy.
yeah, he definitely has shown up quite often.
Who
I'd
is
say him and Brian
Curtis
Toshi are the
Armstrong.
2 greatest things, other than Ted McGinley, because
Yeah,
Jefferson's one of the best wingmen of all time.
Derek from Shrinking, who's my idol. That's who I want to be in my future life. That's my goal, is to be him. But cool. Revenge of the Nerds, cool. Got that one wrapped up. What other ones are there?
House Bunny.
House Bunny, yeah. Tell us about House Bunny.
Anna Faris. Smoke Show.
Fuck yeah.
Emma. Help me.
Stone.
Emma Stone. It was like her first, I think, like big breakout role, and she played the nerd in there. She was fantastic, so unbelievable. Like Anna Faris is a Playboy bunny who gets kicked out of the mansion and ends up being a house mom. Which, by the way, you generally have to be enrolled in college to be a house mom. You don't just come in off the street. But then she like changes them all up and they're popular. The part I hated about that movie though was at the end when they're like, the girl gives birth and she's like, because they needed like one more, she's like, here she is, and it's like, no.
Well, that's why Shooter McGavin's sitting there, and he's like, no, babies don't count.
Yeah.
They at least acknowledged how ridiculous it was.
Yeah. But
Um,
it was funny. Like Anna Faris played the dumb blonde and she played it very well.
I wonder
But
how she
great.
did that.
yeah, I don't know. It was just, I think everybody like played their roles very well. And coming from a sorority background, there were a lot
She
of
was
things
great
that were
in the
not
scary
legal.
movies.
Huh?
She was great in the scary movies.
She was.
Yeah.
House Bunny was the first time where I looked at her and I was like, okay, she's hot. Like, she looked good in that movie.
Well,
She got a boob job for that movie.
Good for her.
I always thought she was weird because I always I knew she wasn't, but I always saw her as Jan Brady. You know, the
Yeah.
girl who played Jan Brady in the Brady
Yeah.
Bunch in the 90s Brady Bunch, which was fantastic. It's cinema.
It's
Both
great.
of them are. But I always saw her as being able to pull off that type of character.
Yeah.
Because Jan is like the standout of those movies too.
Yeah.
Overall, I just thought that that House Bunny was good, and I thought it was fun the way they did it. Emma Stone was so funny in that because she was really good at playing just like a nerd who didn't know how to be sexy in any way.
Yeah. The
Like
car wash scene.
the car wash thing, she's like,
I'm rubbing you. I'm so wet.
yeah. She's like spraying her crotch and she's like, oh, I
Yeah.
wet my pants. She was so
I
awkward. It was
got
so
it.
funny. She was great. The whole movie was great.
Yeah. It was very well done, I thought. And again, it's just one of those stupid, like, movies where you don't have to think about anything. You're like, this is,
It's just fun.
yeah, it's just fun. Like, there's no, like, underlying anything. It's just a fun movie.
All right, I got it. Number one, I have this thing for Pauly Shore.
Oh, God.
So, number one, I want to say son-in-law.
It's not,
Uh,
it's kind of college, I guess.
that is with him and she was so gorgeous. Um, like he's like the den father, whatever in the dorm father, whatever they call him, and she's from this country town, and then they come back, and she's got like a nose piercing, and this is '90s, kind of like, she wasn't that much different, but Pauly Shore's her friend, and then they pretend like they are getting married, so that her old boyfriend from high school wouldn't propose, and basically, it's really dumb, but it's because it's a Pauly Shore movie. But I think it's really hilarious, and there's a lot of nostalgia to it. Especially the way the family. It's kind of like We're So Different, right? Pauly Shore is this California. He's Pauly Shore, but he's like
Yeah.
acts like Pauly Shore, the character in this movie.
Yeah.
And this family is like this country farmer household, but they're also like higher class in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they actually form a bond, and watching that bond kind of grow throughout the whole movie is really good.
Well, people can say what they want about Pauly Shore. I like his movies.
I do
No.
too.
I like Son-in-Law. I don't know about the rest of them.
Biodome,
Eh.
In the Army Now.
In the Army Now. Come on and rescue me. Come on, baby.
I just like,
The Brendan Fraser one. What is the? Why am I drawing a blank? Encino Man.
yeah. I just
And
feel
he
like
was in Goof Troop, or Goofy movie.
he
Yep.
played the same
The Leaning
character
Tower
in
of
every movie.
Pisa.
He basically does. I mean, he's actually very smart. He's very intelligent, and like
Well,
he
his
plays
mom-
dumb characters.
His mom was basically the owner of the biggest comedy club in the United States in LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he kind of had an in the business.
Yeah.
But he created this character, this Pauly Shore character, and he actually did stand up, but he got a contract, and basically in all these movies is basically playing this character Pauly Shore created.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ernest.
Yeah.
Very similar adventures.
Yeah, or Pee Wee
It's a
Herman.
little less weed.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman.
But in wrestling, they have a thing of you can't break kayfabe. So, like, if you see them in public, you would expect him to act that way,
Yeah.
but he doesn't, and he takes, people would like criticize him for it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I liked his movies. I always thought they were hilarious.
But he lived next door to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, does he? Interesting. I could see
That's-
those two partying together.
He talks about it on Joe Rogan.
Hmm.
Yeah, listen to that interview.
Yeah, which Nicolas Cage I feel is weirder than real life Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Yes,
Also does
yes,
like
and Pauly
Nicolas
Shore will
Cage.
talk about that.
Yeah.
It gets kind of sad because Pauly Shore starts crying because he misses the good old days.
Yeah. I like his stuff, so I don't know. Like, I know there's people who are not fans of his movies. I'm not one of them. I like what he does. I wish he would do more. I know he's getting up there in age, but he could do something fun. When was the last time he did anything? Futurama?
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. He doesn't do anything. I
Murphy
do
ever.
want to do an honorable mention for one movie because of its legacy, and it's American Pie 2. And that's because American Pie has stood the test of time uh, and has kind of owned the high school and the college genre, I'd say. They had a couple of straight to DVD movies. One of them I remember being actually pretty funny, being like Stifler's brother or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, so, and I thought that movie was actually pretty funny, even though it's probably kind of predictable, kind of like you expect this
Yeah.
type of stuff because it's an American Pie movie, but we're trying to carry it on longer than it should.
Hmm.
Yep.
Um, but like even the straight to DVDs, I enjoyed, So I'm gonna give that honorable mention to American Pie 2. I can't really remember the difference. I think there was the Shermanator or something like that.
They went
Uh,
Yeah.
to the
They went to the cabin
they were in the
at
yeah.
beach
Lake
house. Okay, now I'm starting to
or
remember it.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to remember that one, but it's just like the same antics as the first
Mm-hmm.
one, basically.
It was
Lots of
funny.
close up.
I, I like the second one more than I like the first one. The first one's classic, love it, but like the second one I
It's
thought
kind of
was
like they
better.
had to do the same thing in Home Alone 2 with the burglars
Yeah,
as they did in Home Alone 1,
location.
but they had to make it different somehow.
Yeah. So I think one of my favorite scenes in that is where oh god, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. Kind of the main guy, Eugene Levy's son.
Jason
Jim.
Biggs.
Yeah,
Jason Biggs, thank you.
Jason
So
Biggs.
Jason Biggs, where he goes to the band camp to talk to Allison Hannigan, and and he gets mistaken for being like the special needs kid, and they're like all encouraging. He's like up on stage with the trombone, and they're encouraging him, and he
Yeah.
like doesn't really know what he's doing, and they're all clap through like, yeah, let's clap for him, let's, and they're like cheering him on, and he's just like sitting.
Does he start humping or something like that?
He
Or?
starts doing like all these weird body movements and playing the trombone. Everyone just thinks he's so special needs, and it was so funny. That's like one of my favorite scenes in that movie. It was very
Yeah,
just
that's a
clever.
good one. Again, would not pass in today's world.
No,
It was just before Tara Reid ruined herself.
yeah,
I don't
Tara
think she
Reid.
was quite there yet.
yeah. And then she made a comeback in Sharknado.
Adam, I
Somewhat.
feel like you should mention or you should discuss Neighbors.
Sure, we'll discuss Neighbors. We'll make this the last one, and then we'll be
Yeah.
done. So Neighbors is one of mine and Steph's favorite movies. We were just trying to rent it one night at my parents' house, and we accidentally bought it, and so we had to get our money's worth out of it. It was like $20. We had to get our money's worth out of the movie, so we watched it multiple times over the next couple of months, and it was funny every time. It didn't get less funny, and like Seth Rogen. This was where I was actually introduced to like Dave Franco as a not a serious actor, but as an actor, because all I had known him from before that was like Scrubs season 9, which was terrible. Um, and then the other one, Zac Efron, I hadn't really seen him in anything. He was never in anything I really watched. But then
No,
when he
he
showed
was
up
good
in
in
this,
that. I think
he was
that
very
that
good.
role is what changed a lot of people.
Yeah. He went from High
Towards
School
Efron.
Musical to like
Yeah.
Triple Threat.
Yeah, he was great in that movie. He
Because
was
he
the
was
best
like
part.
buff, so he was like a woman's man, but at the same time he made good man jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was so fun because he was kind of stupid in the movie, but like one of my favorite things when they're talking to Lisa Kudrow, who's like the dean of the college and everything, and it's Dave Franco and Zac Efron. They're sitting there and they're just like they're talking to her and they're like, oh yeah, she was telling them to look, they're like on probation or something. They're like, oh yeah, you sure about this? They're like lifting their shirts up to like show their abs, and then she's just like, what are you doing? Like, please stop doing that. Those are very nice, but please put them away. Like,
She was great in that movie. Like all of her scenes, she'd be like, "What? No, you can't do this." Like,
yeah,
what was it? She's like, "Fraternity gets banned. Bad headline. Fraternity leaves condoms out. Practices safe sex. Good headline."
yeah. God, the one part with her where she's like sitting there and she was like, well, she's like, blah blah blah, this happened, and but and you might not be able to graduate, but you're good looking, so you'll probably do okay. But blah blah, and she says something else, and then Dave Franco's just like, I feel like I'm on such an emotional roller coaster right now.
That's when I fell in love. I was already in love with Zac Efron, but that's when my crush on Dave Franco started. Was in that movie, and
Yeah.
there was a Lisa
How long
Kudrow
before
part that I
that
think we rewound multiple times and just kept watching with
Yeah.
them. I can't remember which
The
one it
second
was.
one was pretty good too.
I liked it with Chloe Grace Moretz,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who just got married to her new wife recently.
Oh,
I follow that stuff. I don't know why. But in any case, Neighbors 2 was pretty good too. And it wasn't like a beat for beat. They
yeah.
did something a little different with it. Same kind of plot line, but
But Zac Efron coming back and there was great. He's like, I'm the cool guy. It's like, no, you're the old dude.
yeah.
Which I think I've resonated with, where like I would go back to college and like when I was doing the sorority recruitment stuff, like helping out as an advisor, and I'm like, I am now the old lady that's coming to college campuses.
Yeah.
This is sad.
That's what happens.
You're old. Ah,
Yep. And I was still in my like
Yeah, it's a-
20s then.
look yeah.
So old.
So, but the dance scenes in Neighbors, I mean, I like
Okay, oldie Han.
whatever. She's still hot. She's still kicking. I'll take that.
Who, oldie Han? Well, you're thinking
Well-
of Goldie Hawn. It was a play on words.
No, I'm very aware of that. Thank you.
Thanks for explaining.
Yeah, thanks for mansplaining that one to me. Appreciate it.
What's the dance scene you're talking about? I don't remember that.
When him and Seth Rogen are doing a dance off and they're trying to catch Dave Franco going up with Zac Efron's girlfriend upstairs.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
Zac Efron's just like, yeah, let's do this, and like getting into it. And Seth Rogen's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. That movie was. It was so funny. I like that movie. I haven't seen that in a long time.
The dick scene where they're like, what sells? And they're like, dicks.
In our hands.
I do want to give a quick runner-up to Happy Death Day movies.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't watched them, I'd suggest watching them. They're actually pretty good.
I watched the
are
first
kind
one,
of
it's
a
good.
comedy horror.
I watched the first one. It's good. It
Yeah.
is good.
I'd
That's
suggest
worth
watching
mentioning.
the second one too because it just goes off the rails and it makes me wish there was more.
Yeah.
But it didn't get the following it should have because it is that good.
Yeah. I think we covered just about every movie, so I think we're good to wrap this up. Any
do
last
it.
thoughts?
No. Nope.
Level up, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Make sure to like and share this with your friends, and if you want to watch our live show, you can tune in usually at 8:30 on a Tuesday.
Bye.
Level up, guys.